Now you know a thing or two about saving dogs in need, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, there's some incredible stories there. And
Yeah.
my own journey with Gobi was a lengthy journey as well to get her back to the UK. But
yeah, absolutely. Now, guys, please again join me in officially welcoming to our show Dion Leonard and Gobi. Now, a lot of you might already be familiar with his story. It's gained a ton of attention around the world. There's a book out now about it called Finding Gobi, and soon, hopefully, a Hollywood movie. And for those who aren't familiar, this is not your average man meets dog story. You two share a deep and powerful connection. It really defies all explanation. You've described it as a love story. Is that right?
yeah, it is. There's definitely more than that as well.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable bond and connection we have.
It's incredible. Now this all begins with a little stray dog who was wandering around one of the most hostile places on earth, right? In the Gobi Desert in China. And she, so no one knows where she came from or how she got there or how long she'd been there. And then she spots you. Is that right? And you're running what's called an ultra marathon, which to a human potato like me, that sounds unfathomable. Can you explain to us what an ultra marathon is?
Sure, it's anything further than a marathon. So a marathon's obviously a massive amount of distance for anyone to cover as well. But this race was 155 miles.
Oh my gosh, no!
So it was a 6-stage, 7-day race.
Yeah.
But also to make it even more difficult, you have to carry all of your food and kit to survive the week as well.
Right.
So Gobi joined me on day 2 of the race.
Yeah.
And we ran close to 25, 26 miles that day. We also crossed one of the largest mountain ranges around, the Tian Shan mountain range.
Oh my gosh.
And she was incredibly behind me for all of the day. I couldn't believe it when we crossed the finish line that she'd run close to me and stayed with me. And she just picked me and wanted to be with me.
And you had never seen her before. I read that you'd seen her around, but you assumed she was someone's dog. Is that right? Or?
Yeah, I saw her on the evening of the first night. It wasn't until later in the week, and some people would tell me that she'd actually run that first stage of the race with some American runners, and then on day 2 she decided to start running with me.
That's incredible.
She would stay with me for the rest of the week, and she would run 77 miles of the 155-mile race. And as you said, it's extreme conditions, temperatures up to 125 Fahrenheit, limited water, limited food. So everyone at the race had to give her some food that they were carrying, because obviously Gobi wasn't carrying any food. So
right, of course.
it became survival. And on day 3 of the race, I actually had to make some decisions to help her, to carry over some river crossings, to sacrifice my opportunity to win the race, to bring Gobi through to the finish line. And that's when we really started to form this bond and connection, and I started to think, this is a pretty amazing little dog. You know, she just wanted to be with me.
Now, I had read, too, that it used to be for you that running in these ultramarathons, you wanted to win and be the best, as anyone would. But then, something changed when you met Gobi. You started making those sacrifices, right?
Yeah, and to turn back and to help her and to take her over this large river crossing, it was 100 metres in length. I'd actually got halfway through the river, forgotten about Gobi, who was behind me, just thinking that she would be able to cross the river on her own.
Right.
But the river was up to my chest, and I'm quite a tall guy, and Gobi's on the banks, and she's running up and down the banks, whining and barking and squealing and yelping. And I could just hear the panic in her voice, and I stopped in my tracks.
Yeah, and you turned back. That's amazing.
And picked her up.
Now, did you ever wonder that maybe some of your competition had sent her to sabotage your chances?
That's a good point.
Maybe she's working for who are you working for, Gobi?
But it's a pretty good prize to win as well.
Absolutely.
So,
but you ended up winning silver, was that right?
That's correct. I came second. But
so you got 2 really good prizes.
Still came in second after giving away some of your food?
It's amazing.
It is amazing, and for her to do 77 miles in those conditions and to be out there, it was just meant to be.
Yeah. So when was the moment that you realized, I can't shake this little dog? She is just... Did you think maybe at first this is just a lark, she'll kind of pick someone else, and then you realize she's not going anywhere?
Yeah, it was probably during day 3 when she ran with me again, and she would sleep with me every night, and she just wanted to be next to me. Wherever I walked, she stayed next to me.
That's amazing.
And then on stage 4 and stage 5, that's when temperatures reached its maximum levels, and we were in the middle of the Gobi Desert at this stage. She couldn't run the stages. So she was transported to the finish line, and she would wait for me there. But I had to run the stage still, and I I missed her during those stages. So for me, it was a long time to actually start thinking about this little dog and what she meant to me and how I was going to bring her home to the UK.
You had a lot going on in that moment. And you did have to go through a lot to get her back to the UK, is that right?
It was something, as soon as the race finished, I actually had to leave to fly back to Edinburgh the next day. So someone looked after Gobi for us, and I went back to the UK and set up a crowdfunding page, and the story went all around the world.
Yeah, it picked up so fast. I remember reading about it, even before knowing I'd one day meet you. I read the story and thought it was incredible.
So many lovely people were just following the story, donating money to help out, to bring her home, and that was all going fine. But unfortunately, I received a phone call to say Gobi had gone missing.
What?
Oh, no. Because she was. Do you think it could have been because she was looking for you?
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the main causes. That she was just thinking, "Where is the man? The tall man? What happened to him? He was quite." Yeah. So she went out looking for me, but unfortunately, she went out in a city of 3 million people, tens of thousands of stray dogs, and it was just the most devastating thing to have this phone call and to be told that, I may never see Gobi again.
Right.
So I had to make the decision as to how I was going to find her. I flew back to China, flew all the way back out to Urumqi, and set up a huge search and crowd a volunteer team to actually find her.
Yeah.
Not only did we have a team of volunteers, but we basically had the whole city and the whole of China looking for this little stray dog.
Wow. And you found her.
Well, we did, but there is so much more to the story that we just haven't gone into any detail until now because of the book. Because what we've been waiting to do is to get back to the UK and be able to tell the story properly and to be able to share with people what was going on behind the scenes as well. Because it was a pretty scary ride for both of us. And
I would imagine,
we had lots of drama and action behind the scenes that really, I didn't ever think we were going to get it back to the UK.
Oh, wow.
And it wasn't until we finally got over the hills of Edinburgh and I could see our home that it was like, we've finally done it.
That's incredible. You have come a long way. You guys are kind of like double star-crossed lovers in a way. I mean, this is a story really of fate.
This needs to be a movie.
I know. Well, it's going to be. Hopefully, that's in the talks. It's in the works right now.
I would watch this. I would buy the DVD.
I think everyone absolutely would. So, and a lot of people say that it's possibly a part of your connection. What if you'd been, it's reincarnation. So I'm wondering, what do you think you two might have been in a past life? Who or what could you have been?
I hate to think, actually, and I do agree with that there must be some past life connection, though.
Yeah.
There definitely has to be more. I mean, it was a miracle once when we got together during the race and we achieved what we did there.
Right.
But then to fly back and to find her and to have all the people helping and supporting us and going through the whole roller coaster ride with us was just unbelievable.
It's a double miracle, really.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, if you want details, you have. So let me see. You have, first of all, a children's book with Gobi. Is that right? Which is incredible. And then we have Finding Gobi, which is in stores now.
That's available from today.
Okay. And then is this a young adult's book? So many stories of you. You deserve it.
So this adult version is available today, and it gives you the ins and outs and all the behind-the-scenes action and untold story of our journey.
Yeah.
The young adult version is for 9 to 16-year-olds, and it's a different perspective, and it's written in a different voice, and it's a really cool book.
Yeah.
This one is through Gobi's eyes.
Oh,
it's
that's
her
so
story,
sweet.
and we've been able to have some fun with that, and the drawings in it are beautiful as well, and it really brings to life what she was doing in the desert and why she joined me. So
I love that. A little dog with a big heart. That's you. That's you, Gobi. You're so sleepy. You're doing so good.
She loves just chilling well. While she can run 100 miles,
and now
she's quite happy just to lay back and relax as well. So.
Oh man, what a strong little dog. So now that you're home and you're doing all of this wonderful work, you and your wife are actually helping strays. Is that right? You're continuing to help other strays?
Yeah, so part of the funds that we received and raised through the campaigns to bring Gobi home, we've donated back already to Chinese animal shelters.
Oh, that's amazing.
And of course that resonates with our story with Gobi, so we're really keen to keep donating back
I love that.
from the profits that we can to be able to support shelters in China.
That's wonderful. You are helping so many doggies in need. me. Do you know that?
That's the great thing about telling her story.
I know.
Is also raising awareness for Adopt Don't Shop and encouraging people to go down to their shelters and pick out a stray dog, which you've covered today on the show.
Yes, it's very important to us. You guys know at home, we firmly believe in Adopt Don't Shop, helping dogs in need, helping get them off the streets, spaying and neutering. So the work that you're doing is so important and so wonderful. And I'm so glad to have you guys here. This is so exciting.
I have a few comments from our Facebook viewers at home. I think you already covered it, but someone coming in, Kelly, saying, where did you come up with the name Gobi for the dog?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Kelly. Well, that actually came from the Gobi Desert, and it just seemed fitting that Gobi was running along the desert with me, and that would be a perfect name for her. So
that's perfect, yeah.
I have another Brenda Schultz saying, beautiful inspiration. Bless Dion and his devotion to Gobi. Hopefully this inspires more people to adopt, don't shop, and save lives as well. Gobi, you're such a cutie.
Yeah.
So everyone's we're seeing hearts rolling in. Everyone's, and then Louise saying, is Gobi liking life in Edinburgh?
Yeah, she is. She's settled in really well at home.
Good.
We've got a ragdoll cat as well, and she's 9 years old, and she's rules the roost in the house.
Oh my gosh.
So bringing a stray dog into the home was always going to be a little bit of a concern. But they have gotten on so well, and on the first evening of us being back home, Gobi's new home, she was actually sleeping with a sister on the bed, and they're best friends. So
perfect.
One minute they're chasing each other around like the peacock,
and
the next minute they're sleeping together on the couch.
That's like siblings for you, right? Oh my goodness, you're so sweet. So I know that you met a lot of wonderful people in your travels and going around the world. So I was wondering if you would like to meet some of our wonderful viewers. We call them sugar cubes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are our loyal family and friends here watching. So yeah, can we take a look? We have the slideshow that we promised them.
These are some of our viewers.
These are some of our wonderful viewers. Yeah, can we? So this is Ashley Connor and her brother Aaron and her husband Nick, who just recently celebrated their 8-year anniversary. They have both served and protected us, so we want to thank them for their service. And next up, we have our friend Melissa Walker, whose birthday was Friday. We did not get this up in time, but yeah, happy birthday. Absolutely wonderful. And then next up, we have our friend Michaela. She has a wonderful little baby named Holden. We sent him a little package once, and this is him wearing his little beanie. So we hope you're doing well, Holden. And next up, we have a love letter, a little sweet note that I got from our friend Lori Pencil. She sent me a handwritten note, which, you don't get too often anymore, so that was really special. Then next up, we have Vinny Silva, who runs Vinny's Steak and Subs. He's visited us here at Little Things, and he brought us to his vacation to St. Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
He drinks his coffee out of our mugs every day. We love Vinny. And then one more piece of Holden, because we couldn't get enough. This is from Michaela. Now, this is Mr. Bear. But the thing is, Holden doesn't call him Mr. Bear. Holden calls him Paul.
No.
So we clearly we got a little Sugar Cube fan there at home. But
and we have 2 new Sugar Cubes.
Yeah, right here. 2 new Sugar Cubes on set right here. We got Dion and Gobi. Look at
it doesn't get much better than that.
This is how I carried her over the river crossing.
Oh my gosh.
So now when she's in my arms, she just drifts off to sleep. She loves it.
Man, so much. She has seen so much adventure, more adventure than I think most humans will ever see.
She's travelled around and seen a lot, and it's a long way from the Gobi Desert to here.
Yeah.
It's incredible how our life's changed.
I wish she could talk. What do you dream of, Gobi? What are your dreams?
Squirrels.
She does. The Gobi Desert is a distant memory.
Well, sleeping.
That's incredible. And so many people are saying congratulations, and they love you, and they love the work that you're doing. Ellen says that she loves that you wrote the books from all perspectives, and I love that too. I love that, we have a novel, which I hear is like killing it on the bestsellers list. Is that right? You're doing well.
It's done really well so far in the
amazing.
UK, Australia, New Zealand. We're so excited now. It's available in the US and Canada, so it's going to be great to see what people think of it. And as I said earlier, there's so much more to the story, and everyone's feedback has been, wow.
Well,
it's just incredible.
It's incredible the how you guys met, the connection you have, and now the work that you're doing for strays around the world. It's really remarkable. So, guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for sharing this story, and thank you for writing these wonderful books.
Thanks so much for having us on the show.
Of course, this has been delightful, and thank you so much. I'll let you get back to sleeping soon. Okay, but thank you guys so much. It's been really an honor, and thank you guys. And we're going to get to our prayer jar tomorrow. Don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Remember that life is about the little things. Mwah! Bye. Say bye, Gobi.